year-round, even when there were no NGOs present. And in this, the National Eye Health Program and the ministry really took the leadership in turning that vision into a reality. And it started first with a vision center in Farafeni. And we set up the equipment and we taught the optics and the soma and all the workers in the hospital exactly how to perform an eye exam, and also how to sell people a pair of glasses at a price Gambians can afford.
This is an incredibly exciting program. Not just because it's America doing something great, but it's how. It's the sustainability model. It's one site, you all, bringing in the equipment, training Gambians to provide health care for Gambians. That this is not a project that will depend on one site forever, but that this is a project that will depend on Gambians continuing this.
The significance of this project can be overemphasized given the collaboration of both organizations and stakeholders in its implementation. The Gambia has achieved a lot in terms of eye care in Africa region as demonstrated in other areas. This, as highlighted by partners, will provide quality eye examination and maintenance to Gambians and managed by Gambians.
When this partnership formed, there were four main objectives. Those were to create awareness, provide access, and make it affordable and sustainable. So in a country of about over 2 million people, the team knew they had to launch an awareness campaign to communicate the message about eye care services and the eye units could provide, what the eye units could provide. One site, the Ministry of Health and the National Eye Health Plan, created a marketing campaign using billboards, radios, posters, pamphlets, traditional communicators. Thanks for Christina's recommendation.
The launching of this fully equipped laboratory came as a result of the successful implementation of the pilot project at the AFPRC General Hospital in Farafeni. This, as the Minister of Health dilated, will enable the provision of visionary eyeglasses across the region and as well help in meeting Vision 2020.
The vision of providing comprehensive eye health services and ensuring that these services are accessible, available and affordable, and are at the doorsteps of all Gambians has gathered significant momentum over recent years. Eye health care in the Gambia, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Chief Professor Dr. Alhadiaya A.J.J. Jammeh, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, has grown to be one of the best in the sub-region.
The ceremony also witnessed the handing over of a vehicle by the State Zaid Regional Eye Care Center to the Minister of Health and Social Welfare. Having the facility in place is one thing, but its sustainability is also deemed essential. With proper management and care of this unit, the authorities were confident that in few years' time, the optical eye care unit will herald significant changes when it comes to eye care in the country and the region at large. Uminjai, GRTS.
The President's Wadna farm has produced a harvest of over 115 bags of onions. Rohibite reports the produce from the same farm last year was 91 bags.
Important vegetables in Gambian household, there are increasing efforts to increase the production of the widely consumed vegetable. This has been proven with the recent harvest of 73 beds of onions at the President Wadna farm in Banjul. After successfully harvesting 91 bags of onions last year, the farm manager is happy to register another year of progress on his production chain line with over 115 bags.
Yeah, last year we got 91 bags, and this year, thanks to the Almighty, we have increased. It has increased to almost 115 bags, and still now it's not finished. My boys, they are loading more.
Proceeds from farm produce often go a long way in providing help to a number of the President intervention areas. This particular harvesting is expected to serve similar purposes.
These harvested onions that you see behind me is not for sale, it's not for anything. It's just to show out to the Gambians that anything is possible here. And the onions down there, we are going to present it to the President so that he too, what he is saying, can know that it is possible for onions to be grown in this country here.
The issue of Gambians venturing into agriculture is deemed essential by the farm manager, as he urged Gambians to answer to the President's clarion call to go back to the land, which is part of efforts geared towards increasing the country's food self-sufficiency drive. With an increase in demand for onion and its related products, the farm authorities are of belief that inadequate market supply will be mitigated as the Ramadan edges closer. Rohi Bitey, Grts.
We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia after this break.
Gambia, Damane, Bentum Reume Ote, the Gambia Radio and Television Services, GRTS. GRTS Staff Association, Italy. His Excellency the President, Chef Professor Al-Haji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jame, no fast Kene Sumbu, Jingadlum Banquet Dinner, a grand dance with a difference. Bufikeja am Sufimuse Amsach, on the 23rd of May, and on the 24th of May 2014, Setiki Penchami Hall, featuring the now happening Queen of Malaka, Titi Safnepa, Titi, Tamane Titi, Pare Rajake Penchami Hall. You've never seen her on stage like this before. Titi, by popular demand. Yipari Joy Mostoli, Anak Aindanan artist Fiji Reumi. Tickets, Gala, Platinum, $60,000. Diamond, $50,000. Gold, $40,000, and the individual $1,000. Grand dance ticket $500 and $300 flat. For all reservations, please call 991-199-203-1850-682-9536. Sunyureu, Gambia.
Welcome back. An attack blamed on the militant Boko Haram group has claimed 2 lives in Cameroon's extreme north. Reports suggest that the Islamist group has rare bases in Cameroon, but authorities in Yaoundé are not keen to allow Nigerian troops to cross their shared border in pursuit of militants. The Cameroonian government has meanwhile pledged to cooperate with neighboring countries to defeat insecurity. We have details in this CFI report.
On the border between Nigeria and Cameroon, police patrols have been stepped up, especially the Rapid Intervention Brigade, the elite unit of the Cameroonian army. The activity comes 4 days after the attack by Boko Haram radicals against the police station in Kuseri, in Cameroon's extreme north region. Largely featured in the local press, the terrorist attack resulted in 2 deaths, including a member of the security force. Local people were in shock. I feel like I've been attacked, and I'm angry, as if my country were threatened by a terrorist organization, and I'm especially critical of the laxism of the government. This was not the first time that Boko Haram carried out an attack in Cameroon. The Islamic radicals have used Cameroonian villages as reserve bases against the Nigerian army. This professor is writing a paper about the weakness of Cameroon against the rising strength of the Boko Haram group. He says the Cameroonian security and defense forces must develop a new strategy against the radical Islamic group. I think that the means of fighting must be adapted to the threat posed by Boko Haram. That way the fight can go forward and get more convincing results. For the moment, it's tough to deal with an enemy that is invisible. It's always there, but based nowhere. After denying it for a long time, Cameroonian officials are finally admitting that the country is suffering from the weak security situation in the northeast of Nigeria. For reasons of sovereignty, Cameroon refuses to give Nigerian troops the right to enter its territory when pursuing Boko Haram fighters. However, Yaoundé says it does want to cooperate with Abuja. I want to say that we are fully ready to cooperate in goodwill with all our neighboring countries to fight against cross-border crime. The Cameroonian territorial minister has stepped up visits to the extreme north region.